Cheryl here with Mums and Munchkins. Today I'm here to tell you about a program I'm working on with Chatelaine and Kleenex called Share Kleenex Care. Basically, I was asked to go out and about my regular routine for 5 consecutive days, and on each of those days find one person, someone that I didn't already know, that I thought might be able to use some Kleenex. So I was looking for people possibly coughing, crying, sneezing, someone dabbing their lipstick, maybe someone that had spilled something. And then when I found those 5 people, I was to hand them out one of the Kleenex share packages, which look like these. So before I get into our 5-day adventure and the people that we came across, I want to tell you a little bit more about why I wanted to participate in this program. So as some of you know, those of you who've been reading Mums and Munchkins for a while now, in late 2013, my husband had a very serious medical emergency. He was airlifted to another city where he spent 5 weeks in another hospital. I was able to spend one of those weeks with him, but unfortunately the other 4 weeks I was at home with my little guy, and my husband was either without us or without other family members to be with him. He was off work for 10 months. He was on a tube feed for 4 months where he couldn't eat or drink anything. He had 2 very serious surgeries, but happy to report he's doing very well now, and he's back home with us. So I was really touched during those difficult months with all the people that came forward to offer support. So not only the people that we know and love, like friends and family, but also people that we really didn't know. So neighbors that lived close by us that had heard our story, they were out shoveling our walkway, sending cards, sending gift cards so we could go out to eat so I didn't have to worry about cooking, things like that. And I was really touched at how many people that didn't know us but wanted to do something to help. And now that things around here have settled down, it made me start thinking about how often do I reach out to people that I think could use a helping hand. So I know with friends and family, if anyone's, struggling or feeling down, I'm sending cards and I'm emailing and calling and checking in on people and just doing random things that I think will brighten someone's day. But when it comes to actually being out and about in my regular routine, I don't usually stop and take the time, I guess, to notice my surroundings, see if there's people that could use a helping hand, or in this case, some Kleenex. So for these 5 days, I had to step out of my comfort zone a little bit, talk to people that I necessarily wouldn't have stopped to talk to or maybe even wouldn't have noticed before, and strike up some conversations. So on day number 1, my little guy and I were at the craft store, and we saw an older woman with a cart full of yarn. She was blowing her nose into an old tissue that she had in her purse. So we offered her one of the Kleenex care packages. I don't think she really knew at first what we were offering, but she thanked us, and I think after we left she understood that we were just giving her a free gift. Then the next day, my little guy and I were at the mall, and we saw a woman blowing her nose into old tissue in her pocket. It looked like probably the only one that she had, so we offered her one of the Kleenex care packages as well. She was a little skeptical. I think being in a mall, you think that someone's trying to sell you something if someone approaches you in the mall. But after she realized it was just something free we were giving her because we thought that she might be able to use it, she was thankful. Then on the 3rd day, we were at the toboggan hill, and we came across a mother of 2. And as everyone knows, cold weather and little people can cause some runny noses. So we handed her some Kleenex. It gave us a chance to chat and the kids a chance to play together. Then the next day we were at the mall again, and we came across a man sneezing into his coat. We offered him one of the Kleenex packages, and he was quick to grab it, say thank you, and he was off and on his way. Then on the last day we were at the mall again, and we saw a woman working at a kiosk who was nursing a bad cold. So she was coughing and sneezing and blowing her nose. We waited until she was done with her customer, and then we offered her one of the Kleenex care packages. She thanked us. She told us that she did have tissue already, but they weren't as soft as Kleenex, so she was very thankful for the free Kleenex that we had given to her. So what I noticed is that I'm usually so focused on my to-do list that I don't usually notice the people around me. Like I said, it was a little difficult for me at first because it was requiring me to step out of my comfort zone, and I'm a total planner. My background is in planning. Before I had children, I worked as a planner. I have to-do lists all the time. So when I was first thinking about this program, I was trying to plan out how I was going to do my random acts of kindness. I guess they're not so random if I plan them. But we went to the arcade one day because I thought for sure there's going to be kids there that are sneezing, but we were the only ones at the arcade that day, so that didn't work out. Then we went to a play date at a community center, and I thought for sure with all those kids in there, there's going to be some kids with runny noses, and we'll find a mother to drop a Kleenex pack off to. But everyone with a cold, I guess, was at home, so we didn't have a Kleenex pack to share that day either. So I guess you really never know who you're going to come across, and that's why it's so important to pay attention to the people around you, whether they need a helping hand, or like my husband always finds at the store, he's the tall one, so someone always needs him to reach something on the top shelf. Someone that may need an extra hand opening a door, for example, or someone that may simply need some Kleenex. So now I have a challenge for you. Go to your local store, pick up some Kleenex, and find someone that you think could use it. Just look for someone sneezing, coughing, crying, spilling something, for example, and hand them out a Kleenex share package. Then share your stories on social media using the hashtag #ShareKleenexCare and tell us who you came across when you handed them out and what their reaction was. We'd love to hear your stories, and we'd love to help inspire each other to share the Kleenex care. So thank you to Chatelaine and Kleenex for including us.